See here.
Oh.
Okay. Fire up.
Is it
Hey y'all.
Finally.
Okay, so the problem with like that video is because like what's it called? It's a live video of y'all, so like we can't interact at all. So
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's because we had to send you an invite and like it was I don't know what happened. This is new to me, so I'm kind of like.
No worries. It's new to us too. We were kind of just like figured this out.
I'll say hi real quick.
Cool.
This is our director.
Is this Amy?
Oh,
Amy?
hi. I'm Amy.
I'm the one you've been communicating with. So I just want to say hi from the University of Arizona, and then I'll turn it over to the students, and then you all can talk.
Thank you for doing this with us.
Yeah, no problem. I think it's a good connection point for our students as well. So
Mm-hmm.
I'll hand you over.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks.
Literally.
Y'all want to introduce yourself?
We'll start
Okay,
with
we'll introduce.
Or,
Oh, you want to start this way? Okay. Go ahead. I'm Taylor.
I'll tell you, she's behind us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Sorry, we're very dysfunctional.
We're weird. We're really tired.
I ended up upside down, so.
Yeah, I saw that.
Introduce yourself.
Okay, fine. Hi guys, I'm Jason. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm here.
We're on.
How long have you been on BOD? Oh, this is my second year working with our board of directors here at APASA. So.
Okay.
Again.
Taylor again.
I'm Taylor. This is my first year working on the board of directors.
I'm Hannah. This is my first year as well.
I'm Franco, and this is my second year.
Hello, I'm a graduate assistant with APASA, so Dan is my boss.
That's really cool.
Awesome.
Okay. So I'm Amy, and I'm first year doing this. I'm part of the leadership development team.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'm Michael, and I've been doing this for 2 years. And I'm also on the leadership team as well.
Okay, cool.
Can we squish more?
Can we squish more?
Yeah.
Squish.
Squish
Let's
more.
act like we like each other.
No, we don't. All right.
Your scudder.
Do we fit? Oh, but I think we fit.
It's okay, it's
okay. All right.
All right. So we have like some things we want to ask y'all, and it's gonna be really fun.
Okay.
We're just sharing information. This is really informal.
Yeah,
so.
it's nothing serious. It's probably serious, but. So we want to know like your structure of your like office, basically. How does that work? You say board of directors.
Mm-hmm. So collectively, APASA has board of directors, but there's 11 of us, but we're each broken up into subcommittees. These subcommittees handle certain jobs. So, for example, I'm on the Lotus Convocation Committee because we hold a graduation convocation for all our seniors. So I'm in charge of planning that. Hannah's in charge of the Social Justice Committee, which handles all of course, social justice events. They plan like dinners and stuff. And then Jason's also part of my team in Lotus. Taylor is on the part of the Education Committee. So she handles like the needs of like students and stuff. So there are like different ways where we can like accommodate for people for like different sectors of APASA.
And then within APASA, we have clubs. So if that makes sense. So like the board kind of is, I guess.
We're like the programming
They're
committee.
like the umbrella for the other clubs under.
Yeah.
APASA,
And then
if
under that we
makes
have
sense.
clubs.
And above us, we currently have 2 GAs who serve as basically like our advisors, not only to us as directors, student directors, but also they serve as advisors for the clubs as well to help us grow in our campus. And finally, on top of them, the 2 GAs would be Dan, the guy you just meet. He's our director for this whole thing, and he's in charge of everything. So, yeah.
So is it clear to you? So basically, these students work on the board of directors. They are hosting APASA events, and the clubs. It's under us, but they are pretty much independent. So is that more clear? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's just a clarification. So it's kind of like you have different boards, and then they work under PASA. Is that what I'm
APASA is like the organization as a whole, and then within APASA, there's the board of directors. And then under APASA, under the organization, there's smaller clubs within the organization. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So like Filipino club, club, a Chinese club.
Yeah, and I think what you trying to understand is the committees. We're just committees. We're not technically separate entity. We're still a board. What basically is we just divide the work among ourselves. So like Franco had mentioned earlier, me and him were on the Lotus committee. So our job, our responsibility for this year is to plan an awesome senior convocation for the graduating seniors. Whereas his job will be different from us, but at the same time, we're still one board.
Okay.
Right.
But then there's also like interaction between committees.
Yeah.
So it's not just like
it's just like, oh, I do my thing, they do their thing, I don't talk to you.
Like I'm constantly helping like social justice or like a lot of like other committees around. So.
And we do collaboration with like other resource centers on campus. So like we're working with the Women's Resource Center, and for one of our events, we partnered with the LGBTQ Center. So we try to include every center on campus.
Okay.
So what's kind of like a daily office life for you guys then? Because what I'm aware is like you have like office hours and you just kind of go in. Do you like work on specific projects when you go in there, or like what is it like?
Well, sorry, go ahead.
So basically, in general for us, the office hour is the time we utilize to basically get things done for BOD. So for example, we have me and Franco, we have an event coming up tomorrow, and basically during office hour, like this past week, we were just working on researching for that event, you know, putting material together so we can present the event better and things like that. And on top of that, basically that's when we represent the center as a whole. So when newcomers come in, say freshmen, they just kind of stumbled in, like, oh, what's this, you know? And we basically kind of represent APASA and kind of introduce them to what we are and kind of like make them feel more comfortable being in the center and kind of welcome them to the center and introduce them to the center in general. So that's basically the main things we do during our office hours.
Okay. Is there any questions that you want to ask us, or is there anything that you want to know?
I just had a question.
I feel like we're just interrogating.
Oh no, that's fine. We were just wondering what types of events y'all hold at the U of Florida, or like as an
Are you API? Is that what you call, or what's your
APIA? Oh, it's Asian Pacific Islanders American Affairs. So like we work under the multicultural department, and I guess that's separate from like the student organization. So it's like we do more of the like the advocacy work, and we try to like we do more of the advocacy work, and I don't know how to say it, but it's kind of like we're like separate from the student organizations in a way. So we have the Asian American Student Union, and then that's like the umbrella like organization, and then under that there's going to be like the Chinese Student Association, there's a Korean, and then there's the like Filipino, there's all of those, and then we're kind of like on the side doing other things too.
So APIA is under MCDA, so we're actually a department, we're not a student org. So like, yeah, so we're mainly focusing on less of the the fun social education events that the ASU do, and we focus more on like social justice, activist, like trying to be like active. Was it activism? I don't even know how to say the word.
We try to advocate. We do a lot more like awareness raising and advocating.
Yeah, and like trainings, leadership, like for the Asian community, basically.
Okay, cool. It's kind of similar because like we also do social justice work and like kind of advocating. So our next event is coming up tomorrow. It's gonna be on immigration storytelling, like Asian American immigration storytelling. Yeah.
Nice.
And yeah, it's just like kind of dispelling like model minority myths, and like kind of the fact of a single story or whatever, because like y'all think we all migrated the same, so yeah. So that kind of stuff.
Like going back to like what you asked, like some of our events that we're doing, One of them is Women Empowerment Hour, and that's like where we have women who identify with different identities, more specifically APIA, and like they have like group discussions on like their experiences with a certain topic. A recent one like last week was on Eurocentrism, like how like the beauty standards is more towards European, and like how that affected like the experiences of like API identified women. And so that's one of the events we're doing. We also have like a similar story to like the immigrants. We have the adoptees. So like that focus more like ability, disabilities, and like the stories of their lives. And what else?
Oh, well, we also have like this language and culture program that we do with UFIT, and it's basically like we get paired up with like graduate students, and it's more like a culture exchange. So like we kind of just like kind of show them around the UF like campus, like what's around Gainesville, and we're just like another source for them to come and like whenever they need help.
And that's targeted towards international students, because we feel like they are like a group that's not represented at the University of Florida as much. We also have this one. Okay. We also have Anthology, which is basically, it's like a celebration of like the students' culture by having them send in some kind of artwork that they've done. And like it could be an essay, poem, books, some music, food, pictures, anything that they created that relates to their culture. And we compile it into like a big book, and then we have like a release party, so like people can get it for free. And so like, cool, yeah.
Yeah, and like one thing that we're working on this year that one of our support teams are trying to do is with the Bridge program, and so they're trying to like work with high school students and just helping them like really targeting like the Asian American like high school students who doesn't really have like the mentors that would like help them like basically move on to like the next step, like so like universities. So like maybe it's like a tutoring program that we might be able to do, or like help them with applications, because what we found out was like a lot of our like experiences going into high school, like going into college, like the application process and like the transitioning process, it was kind of rough for like especially those of us who were like first generations, and so we're trying to help that with like the local high schools at the moment.
Okay, cool. Okay, and you said these are local high schools around Gainesville, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very cool.
The structure, the leadership.
We want to know about your structure, how y'all structure your like organization and stuff. And yeah.
It's like how.
Okay. So APIA is divided into like 5 divisions. So there's I wrote this somewhere. I don't actually know this. There's leadership development, which is what we are. There's communications. There's API support. There's intercultural dialogue, and then there's campus awareness. So each division has their own respective manager, like their coordinator, and then like ambassadors to help them like with the team like objectives and goals. We all are part of APIA, so we have like a main goal, and then we have a director, and then each team has their own individual goals based on like their like description.
Mm-hmm.
So like leadership development, our goals are basically, we have like a big LDI, like Leadership Development Institute training in the springtime, and like we invite students from all over campus to like attend it. It's like a whole day workshop. We're still working on like rebranding it, and there's like workshops on like professional development, API history and culture learning, and then social justice things. So it's like 7 to 8 hours one day, and that's like our main thing. But we also do like internal trainings within the divisions as well as external. So like the Asian American Student Union, sometimes they might want like trainings for the new e-board members. So we sometimes have like presentations on like different topics, varying topics. Like the recent one we did was the Asian American Identity Development Theory, like on workshop on that, in the 5 stages around that. So yeah, that's like how we structure our APIA.
Interesting. Okay. And y'all are, I think you mentioned this earlier, but y'all are separate from like a larger organization. Is that correct? Or are they,
we're under the multicultural diversity department. So like within that, there's also the Black Institute. There's also the Hispanic, and then LGBT is under that, and then APIA, which is what we're in.
Oh, that's what you all are.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
We're the same.
Yeah, we're under the Dean of Students here at the University of Arizona. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. They have sense.
So, yeah, we were just wondering, like, do you get any like leadership training or anything like when you become an ambassador, and like what is the process like of that?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Go ahead, Taylor.
You guys didn't talk.
You didn't talk shit.
Wait, what was the question? Do you have leadership training?
Like just like regards to like leadership training, so like do you raise like awareness on like some of the issues within organizations or communities? Like what are your training methods, or like what are like some of like skills or identities that you end up like developing like through this training?
Well, we have the chance to develop leadership skills by going to club council. During club council, our GAs, they assign us to like facilitate meetings, so we get leadership like skills out of that.
We also help facilitate meetings with DoD, so we do kind of like a rotation thing. So on different weeks, different people will facilitate a meeting. So they're in charge of like planning that meeting and then carrying it out. We go on a retreat.
Okay, a retreat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we had a DoD retreat in the beginning of the semester. We went on this rope. What was it called?
Rope course.
Yeah, we went on this rope course together as a team. So we built like leadership skills, and like we learned to communicate with each other, work together as a team, and
and then me and Franco and one of the other board members, we went on this retreat called the Common Ground Alliance, and our GA Xiaobie went on it too. And it's basically all the cultural centers and all the resource centers sent like representatives, like 4 or 5. In our case, it was like 4. And we went to this camp for a weekend, and we learned about social justice and then how we can take that back and bring it to our centers, and then keep those connections within like each other.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. Leadership.
How connected are y'all with your other, I guess, cultural resource centers? So I remember you mentioned like a Black Student Union or like a Hispanic LGBT. Like, are y'all involved with that a lot? With them a lot?
So one of the, because it's such a huge department, and there's still like the departments are like NCDA is a huge department, and the divisions are really big. So it's kind of hard to, I guess, stay connected with them. And one of our main goals for this year is to be more involved with each other's events and like meetings and stuff, and like try to collaborate with them. So we have tried, we have done some events with them, but it's really hard because they're
in different spaces too. So like there's like a separate house for them, but like in the coming spring we're gonna move into a new space that's gonna have like offices like right next to each other. So we're just hoping that we become like more connected with them, like especially starting in the spring.
Okay. Yeah, that's our problem too, because we're also located in different spaces. I mean, there's one, the Native American Student Affairs is like located like down the hall, but I don't know, because we usually have to take like field trips over there to like different. So I mean, it's as difficult as it is. Like we always try to like interact with them and like try to go to each other's events, but yeah, that's always a difficulty.
We're trying to start a resource center council. So basically, like once a month, every senior would send representatives to meet with each other, and that way we can kind of update each other on events. So like that's what we're trying to start right now, and it's in the process. It's just like me and Franco literally go every single week and take field trips to the centers, and it just gets really, really exhausting and kind of old.
And it's hot here, so we're like studying a lot.
Because they're not all like in one circle or in like one giant building. They're like all over campus.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
You have it worse than us. They're like across the street, but like they're right next to each other. So we did stuff from side to side, but yeah.
It's like about 5-10 minute walk. So.
us too.
Oh, okay. Okay. Where?
You want to jump on this? Let's just go.
Oh, this one's supposed to be.
Okay.
So we talked a lot about our programmings. Can you tell us more about yours, like how, or like that works, or like some examples, or anything related to that?
So for the Social Justice Committee, one thing that we're kind of known for is this thing called Dining and Dialogue. So we try to put on 4 a year. Yeah, 4 a year. And so basically it's free to everyone. We cap it at about 25 or 30 just to keep it in more of like we call it a safe environment. And so we like have dinner, like last time we did make your own taco bar, and then we bring in a guest facilitator. And we did gender and gender roles in October. So, or no, September. And so we brought in a guest facilitator from the LGBTQ Center to kind of give like a really short workshop. And then we split into groups. And then each of the board director members each took a group and we did like an open discussion. So it just kind of brings awareness, and we had a pretty good turnout. So like that's one major event that we kind of do and are known for.
Another one that we're also known for is because we I don't know if y'all celebrate APA Heritage Month. So we normally in April. Well, since it's normally in May, but we celebrate in April because it's cool. But we usually have a kickoff that occurs. So we have a committee planning that right now. So what happens is that we bring in like YouTube stars and like a lot of like famous, well, yeah, kind of famous, relatively famous like YouTube Asian performers. So we've had in the past like AJ Raphael, Jeremy Passion. We've had
Granite.
we had Keenan Grandis last year too. So and normally we just have them like talk about their Asian American experiences, what it's like to be Asian American. We had a couple of Kinjas people come by. And yeah, so there's another one. And then that entire month we're just holding like events, like sporting events. I guess like basically Asian American awareness, just to spread their awarenesses and stuff.
Last year I was on that committee, and so what I did was we hosted a collaboration with LGBTQ Student Affairs, as well as one of our students subgroup called like QB Talk, which is the queer, trans and people of color. And what we did was we basically, for that event, instead of focusing on Asian American identity, we actually kind of brought it up into a talk about having multiple identity and how do individuals face with that. And we watched a documentary called George Takei. I'm sure you guys heard of it, about George Takei, and basically his life growing up as an Asian American, as well as how he faced his sexuality and stuff like that. And so we like you said during the APA Heritage Month, that whole month, we just try to raise this awareness about Asian American, and basically try to in a sense kind of like educate our students and ourselves in the process as well on what it is really like being Asian American in today's day and age and things like that.
Oh, well,
And then sorry. Go ahead.
Well, they're on the Lotus Committee, and every year, towards the end of the year, one of the committees put on something called the Lotus. How do you say it? Convocation. Well, yeah. So we just represent all of the senior graduates from APASA, so our organization. Well, anyone else. It's open for like all UA students, and they have to register online. We have food available. We have entertainment performances. We bring in our DIA group, we have a dance group.
And then all the seniors get like those like staff things you get? Yeah.
Yeah.
They get their own like certificate to do APASA before the actual graduation.
Okay.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like an event that kind of let our seniors kind of come together before the graduation, kind of just have fun and kind of just chill. And I guess reminisce on what's been happening in the past 4 or 5 years back in college. I don't know.
They had a chance to make like a 30-second speech during the graduation too.
Kind of appreciation speech to their friend, family, whoever they appreciate, really. So,
Yeah.
So those are like our main events.
stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right, so might be like a little bit of a switch, but so like, what are like some struggles that you have within your like team or like your committee or your communities? Like, cause yeah, we're interested.
Well, within each other, it's just the usual like communication. That's probably the biggest one because like we're just trying to find more effective ways to communicate, let other people know that we need help or whatever. Good.
Another one, kind of as the center as a whole, is it can be very cliquey. So like people get very comfortable with their friend groups, and then like a new person walks in, and like if you're not part of that group, it's really awkward. Even though everyone's like super nice, we just like we're not good about going out of our way to go introduce ourselves and bring them into the group. So that's something like BOD is trying to work on as a whole. Is like that was actually one of our reflection questions. Is like, here's a scenario: a new student walks in, what would you do?
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say communication because I think that's a big one, and especially within BOD because I feel like most of us don't really know each other. So and like actually only 2 people from last year's BOD is on this year's BOD. So
4.
Oh, just kidding, 4.
Yeah.
But yeah, just communication.
Yeah, I think, and one more is I think on top of communication, I think it's about kind of like sharing our knowledge because since we're all students, directors, we're basically the same age. You sometimes will face a situation where you're kind of like in a dilemma, like should I tell them or should I not? Because you're all friends. Outside BOD you're friends, but then inside BOD you want to get things done because you have responsibility to fulfill. And then so when that happens, sometimes you would be kind of stuck in a situation where like you should tell them straight up, be like, hey, you need to get your things done. Or should you sugarcoat it and be like, oh, maybe we should get this thing done. So it's like, it's both about communication as well as kind of spreading knowledge because being one of the ones with more experience, it's definitely hard for someone for me to tell Taylor, be like, hey, you should do this, even though, she's much more, she has, she's a senior right now and, she's a much more experienced in other things than me. And so I think that's kind of also a little problems that we're kind of along the way as
well. Okay.
Yeah.
So I was like, we were just discussing this for us, like it's because we have about 20 people on our team. And so like, yeah, so there's like a lot of people within the teams and like we're all like really busy with our schedule, our jobs, and school. So like it's really hard to like communicate and to like get to know everybody and to feel comfortable while doing the work we do. So one of the things we're like trying to work on is have like meetings where we all get together and then we talk about the projects that we're doing. And then we're also trying to like find ways to support each other and then maybe address some of the issues that we have within the team and within each other. So like that's like something we're working on. We're having one tomorrow. That's just like a big problem for us.
Yeah, and I think like because we only work most of the ambassadors only work like 4 hours a week, and like it really depends on like their schedule or not. But like most of our schedule doesn't overlap with anyone's. Like there might be like a handful that might overlap, and then there's the rest, like the majority that you never get to see. So there was like this one ambassador that I just like met over like one of the weekends for our community service event. And I was like, I never saw you before, but that was always a problem.
Yeah, so it's like, we never see you. Yeah. And we also share the space with LGBTQ affairs. So sometimes it might get a little bit crowded in the workroom. That's why we're excited for next semester so we can have our own space. Yeah.
Oh wait, is your board normally that big? Like 20 people?
Okay, so I've been here for 2 years. When I first came, there was like 5 people. So over time, it like grew really, like it gained traction and like API got its name out there and like more people were interested and then we end up with like 20 ambassadors now. And we're still hiring more because of new space and at the Rice Union, which is like a really big
We get like our own office, almost like a big office in there.
And we need person to work there from 8 to like 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. like the whole day. So we have to like space.
Well, not for the whole day, but like we need them to like cover those shifts. Like someone there to cover the shifts at least. Because it's gonna be a front walk up, and people are gonna be coming because it's in the welcome center. So there's gonna be constantly people going in and out, and we just want someone there at like all times. So
yeah, because last year we had about like 19 members, and I guess that was a problem for us because a lot of people weren't doing the work. So they decided to like cut it smaller to like 11 people. Actually, we had like 15 originally, but then 4 dropped. 3 dropped. Sorry, but yeah, we're down to like 11.
I think we have the same problem though, because we give so much like time and like basically flexibility within the work that a lot of times people put it off till the very last minute, and then they get really stressed, and like a lot of times they burn out. So what we're trying to do now is kind of like divide up the time. So maybe spend like 25% of your time doing research, another 25 like kind of like doing the logistical stuff, and then maybe like another 25% like doing your own research on like a topic that you might be interested. And then the last 25% like maybe go to like because we were saying like we don't spend enough time with the other departments and other affairs, so maybe go like networking for the other 25%. So we're trying to like get them to better like divide up their time, then rather than just sitting in office hours and just staring into space basically.
Okay, fair enough. That's cool.
I have a question here. So can you tell me like what staff members you're working with, and what support did you get from them? Because I am actually I'm a graduate student, but I'm working as a graduate assistant at APASA. So I'm a part-time here, and we have another GA, and we work together to advise the students, and we have a director here. So that's pretty much we are the resources that students have. We could have questions, and we kind of advise them. So what staff members do you work with, and what support do you get?
We have like so there's like I guess a head of MCDA, so she just kind of overlooks it, and then there's also we call her Miss Ellen, so she kind of just like takes care of a lot of logistical stuff, like overlooks like just like overlooks MCDA as a whole. But like within APIA specifically, we do have a director, Alex. He's not in the room at the moment, but yeah, we have a director, and we normally go to him like when we have like issues or we just want to talk something out. He's really supportive of us. And then we also have a graduate assistant too, Mona. And so they mostly provide a lot of like the information and the support and the guidance that we need whenever we when we're like stuck in like a place. So
okay.
It's okay, we're just gonna check through the list. So like what are some of like the common issues that you see in like within like the Asian community? Like for one, like we have like an issue with like dual identities, so and then like leadership development and kind of like more like of the social justice area. So like what are some specific areas that you feel like or issues that you feel like needs like more attention to?
I think one of the biggest things probably has to go with, I think stereotyping is definitely something that still needs to be addressed even in today's age. Because I think one of the things is like we're trying to break this myth. You know, I think you've probably heard of this a lot on internet or whatever. You know, people think of it as a joke, like oh, Asians are all smart, Asians doesn't all do math, doctors, lawyers, whatever. I think one of the things is like what we are trying to work on as a board is that's why we're throwing all these like social justice events as well as to break those stereotypes and kind of force people to think about what else is there about Asian other than they being academically or being financially well off or things like that. That's definitely one issue we're still working on right now within our group and among our members.
Another thing is I guess having clubs interact more, because again, like APASA can get really clicky here. So a lot of like the Vietnamese association, like hang with them, like the Filipinos, like well, the Filipinos are more social, I think, but but I don't know. It's just the type of like I don't know, like you're only affiliated with that club, so you should stay in that club kind of thing. Or there are others. So I don't know, I just try to like, well, we all try to just like kind of break those barriers down, just have like clubs interact and stuff.
Yeah. I think kind of going through that is, I think we all have that thinking. It's like, oh, because I'm Chinese, I don't want to get involved in the culture. Or like, oh, I'm Vietnamese, I don't want to go to Filipino club. I think that's one of the things we keep trying to break down around here. Like you said, we're just trying to break down the barrier that, hey, you don't even have to be Asian to be in a club, because clubs are about having fun and interacting. That's one of the things.
Yeah, that's a big thing.
Because two of our members aren't even Asian. So
Yeah, on the board.
I thought that was really I don't know. I thought it's like really interesting to have like diversity in our board. So
Yeah. Well, like in our Filipino club, like me and Taylor aren't even Filipino, but like we're involved in that club.
I'm really involved in the Filipino club, and like people are always asking me, "Are you in it? You're not even Filipino," and I'm like, I don't have to be.
I get a lot of this. I'm more involved in the Vietnamese Student Association, which is our club, our Vietnamese club here. You're like, you're not even Vietnamese, you don't even speak Vietnamese, aren't you like Chinese? Why are you even in that club? Like, I just want to help, it's fun, you know? Like, oh, I'm fun, people have boba last time. I just want to help out, you know? So, yeah, it's definitely something we all try to work on, trying to bring people to be aware of that you don't have to be affiliated with one group to be in another group. You know, in that.
Oh, right. Okay.
Okay. I guess a last question is like, do you do any collaborations with any other organizations in general?
We're trying.
You're trying to. Like, so we do a thing called Snack Bite, which is what Franco was telling me about how we're doing like immigration. And so we're partnering with Women's Resource Center since it's Domestic Violence Awareness Month. And so we're hosting a Snack Bite here in collaboration with them. So we're trying to do that. And then
APAM is doing our first event this year will be called an immigration story telling. And basically what we're trying to do is, like I told you before, we usually celebrate only Asian American culture. But what this year they're trying to do, we're trying to bring all our cultural centers together. So we have been sending out our BOD members and stuff. It's kind of been established that we're during that event we'll be inviting students from various cultural backgrounds. It doesn't even have to be with either of the resource centers, and kind of come out and talk about how they got here and kind of like how they immigrated or their family immigrating to the United States, and kind of just being more open and stuff. And that's kind of one of the things we're doing to kind of collaborate with other cultures, because we know like before it's because we didn't communicate. That's why no one really knows any of our events, and that's definitely something we've been working on these past 2 years.
it's a work in progress.
Yeah, this is actually the fact that I've seen APASA work with like other cultural centers.
Yeah, really, this year.
So yeah.
The retreat that me and Franco went on, like that really helped too, because that is basically what establishes our connections. And I think everyone was like very motivated after that retreat to do something about it. So we're trying.
Cool. I think that's. I guess last question is like, do you have like, what are some ways that we can support you and you can support us, like even though like you're in Arizona and we're in Florida, just so like we can like, because one of our goals is like building a kind of network across the nation, and like we're all like we're doing like very similar things, like catering towards Asian community. So like, what are some ways that we can support you, if any?
Actually, before that question, before we answer the question, we discussed about it.
Yeah.
So can you tell us why you reached out to us, and did you do the similar things to other universities, and how did it go?
We're working on it right now, but yeah. So we reached out. It's basically because we wanted to just move out from like Gainesville and from like Florida. We wanted to like reach across the nation to see like, what are some similarities that we're having? What are some struggles that we're having? What are some ways that we can support each other? And so it was kind of like we wanted to like take what we're doing in Gainesville and make it a more of a like a national scale. And so that's why we're like reaching out to different schools at the moment. And you're actually the first school that like responded to us. So I was super excited when you responded. So like at the moment, like we're still in the process of like reaching out to other schools. We were trying to schedule another video for this coming month, and what we're hoping is like in the future that maybe we could do like a collab video, like or like maybe like a podcast or something that's like talking about like a certain issues that would affect our community or something. So yeah.
Yeah, really cool idea.
Yeah,
I like
that's
it.
pretty cool actually. Let's see. We can make a Facebook group.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Facebook group. All right.
That's a start.
Yeah, that's
Definitely.
And then we can like share resources, like maybe like and there's like so many things going on, like the shootings and like articles, you know, like to update each other on like issues.
Mm-hmm.
That can help.
Some flyers for our events, so we can just like get ideas of like what we can do, or like we can like give you like some ideas for our events and vice versa and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Okay.
Do
So
you have-
Facebook group.
You have a Facebook page, your group.
Do you have like a fan page? You know how they have those that we can like.
We have a UF APIA Affairs, like it's an actual like it's like you can add us and be friends with us.
I'll send you the link.
All right.
Yeah, she's gonna send you the link.
APIA. You.
No, A, not you.
Oh.
API.
APIA. APIA.
Oh,
Yeah.
I found a bunch of APIA stuff. Oh, APIA at UF.
Yes.
Yes.
It should have like the 5 rainbow thing on the logo.
I found y'all.
Nice.
Yes.
Cool.
All right. I sent y'all a friend request.
And then you can invite them to like a plaza.
Yeah, and then we have a like page. It's called what was it called?
Asian Pacific.
APASA. Yeah.
And APASA.
APA
Yeah.
should be able to find us.
Okay, I friend requested you too. No.
Arizona.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, is it the first one? No, that's ASU. APASA.
APASA.
It's us.
UA APASA.
Okay, look up UA APASA. You.
Those actually.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we found it.
Okay,
We found it. We found it.
We're on the system.
Oh. No way, are you serious?
Yeah.
Congrats! Wow, 900. We'll make it 1,000.
Yeah.
Do you have a department called Asian Pacific American Studies in the U of F? Just like a department, an academic department.
A what department?
Like
Sorry.
how do you say that?
It's a department for Asian American Studies.
Oh, we don't have the like Asian American Studies major, but I'm pretty sure they're working on to get the minor onto campus at the moment. So we do have the minor. So I think one of the new things, like a new course that they added in was Asian American Politics that they added in last spring. So
Oh, that's awesome.
I think they're working on it at the moment, but there's no major at the moment. There's only a minor. So
Okay, so you do have professors studying.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
Yes, we do.
How many? Like around?
That's a good question.
we'll be glad to follow up that question.
Okay, at least we have
later.
classes.
We don't know the actual like numbers yet, so.
Okay.
We do have a minor which says, yeah.
Yeah, because we don't have anything yet.
Yeah, we're trying to
Okay.
push it, and we really want to have a department so it can support us better. Yeah.
Yeah, we have the Asian faculty. Like what is she working on with the Asian?
She's working on alumni.
Yeah, she's working on the alumni, and like she also reaches out to like a lot of like the Asian faculties like for her mentorship like program. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, we do have a faculty fellow, which is a program across the campus.
No, well, my laptop.
Oh, okay. So we do have a faculty fellow who will be sitting in the corner and twice a week, and then he's gonna interact with the students and provide the resources support, which is very helpful. And the student like him.
Yeah.
So
okay. Well, apparently Hannah has to go to class now.
No, I have to go. We have other teachers. Thank you for talking to us.
Yeah, no problem. That was great connecting with y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah, we really hope to like get in contact with you soon.
Yeah.
So, yeah, y'all like the APASA already, so, and my friend requested y'all, so
did we.
yeah, we'll get in touch again.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, hope to talk to you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.